Hey guys, Kyber66 Pojo here. I'm going to be doing a deck profile on my brother's Watt deck. I'm sorry about the camera quality, by the way. My webcam is just not good at quality. But yeah, I'll be going over this deck. Watts are a Thunder archetype based off of control effects mixed with direct attackers. And it's an extremely cheap deck. Like, there's no holographics in the entire archetype except for the synchros and the Watt Giraffe, which is the first monster I'm going to be going over. Watt Giraffe is a 1200 attack point monster, level 4 Thunder type. It can attack directly. When it does attack directly and do damage from the direct attack, your opponent cannot activate spells, traps, spell or trap effects, or monster card effects until the end of that turn. So the only thing they can do is summon a monster in some kind of way. So really, it kind of shuts your opponent down after you successfully make the attack with the Watt Giraffe, which can open up for any kind of a play that really can't be stopped. So a 1200 attack point direct attacker, level 4, pretty nice. Next is Watt Pheasant, 1000 attack, level 4, also a direct attacker. When he attacks directly and does damage with the direct attack, he has to remove from play one face-up monster on the field until the end of the turn. So if your opponent only has face-down monsters or no monsters, whatever it is, and let's say he's the only one, he'd have to remove himself from play until the end of the turn. But of course this is after damage calculation, so that really shouldn't matter too much. He's nice. You can get rid of your opponent's monster to prevent them from, so that you can open up another play with other monsters or attack with other monsters that aren't direct attackers, just because of that. So he's nice. Next is Watt Hopper. Now, Watt Hopper's level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense, but while he's on the field, or he's face up on the field, no other Watt monster can be selected as an attack target, nor can it be the target of a spell, trap, or monster card effect. So, if you manage to get 2 Hoppers on the field, none of your Watts can be attacked, none of your Watts can be targeted by spell, trap, or monster card effects. So, cards like Dark Hole and Torrential Tribute will still work, but like Caius or Icarus Attack, nothing's gonna be able to get over the Hopper lock, and it's actually not that hard to get a Hopper lock, so it can be pretty nasty. Next we've got 2 Watt Woodpeckers. Watt Woodpecker is level 3, 1000 attack, 100 defense. His effect is that he can attack twice during the same battle phase, and when he destroys a monster, or when he attacks a monster, that monster cannot change its battle position. So the only cards I can really think of are the Karakuri archetype. When they get attacked, they switch battle position, or they switch to defense position if they're in attack. So with Watt Woodpecker they can't switch, which I guess can be bad and makes them take damage or something, but I don't really see that effect being used too terribly much. It's not that good of an effect, but attacking twice is pretty good. So if you have a pheasant attack directly, so then you remove from play a monster on their side of the field, pheasant attacks and removes a monster, and then woodpecker attacks and can attack again. That's 3000 damage right there, which is pretty nice. But actually in Storm of Ragnarok they're coming out with a card called Watt Key, I think is what it was called. Now Watt Key makes it so that all of your Watt monsters can attack directly for that turn. So a Watt Woodpecker would be doing at least 2000 damage direct if you activated that card, so that's nice. That'll be good next set. Watt Dragonfly, he's a searcher. When he's destroyed by your opponent's card by battle or by card effect, so he doesn't even have to be sent to the graveyard, it's just when he's destroyed in general, you get to special summon a Watt monster from your deck. So, if you open up with a hand with this and then a Watt Hopper, they destroy the Dragonfly, So you special summon a hopper, and then your next turn you summon another hopper. You know, you've already got a lock. It's really easy to do, and it can get your direct attackers out that you need pretty quickly. Watt Fox, level 2 tuner, 800 attack. When he is destroyed by your opponent by card or effect, your opponent cannot activate any spell and trap effects, monster effects, or special summon a monster. Yeah, they can't special summon a monster, activate spells, traps, spell or trap effects, or monster card effects, meaning the only thing they can do when this card gets destroyed is normal summon that turn. There's nothing else that they can do. So for a level 2 tuner that can do that, that's kind of ridiculous. He's the kind of card that you might actually end up suiciding into an opponent's monster, so that you have a turn where you can do whatever you want and they can't do anything to stop you. 1 Watt Squirrel, I might run 1 over the Woodpecker. He's also a double attacker, so he attacks twice. He has 700 attack, 100 defense. So he can attack twice during the same battle phase, but when he attacks, or when he destroys a monster, or when he battles a monster, that monster's effect is negated after damage calculation. So, you know, I mean, if you're somehow able to, like, I don't know, maybe power him up so that he's better than a Scrap Dragon, you can run over a Scrap Dragon, and the Scrap Dragon does not get his revival effect. Like, I mean, you just negate the effect of the monster you destroy, or battle in general. So anything that you battle, its effect is negated, even if the squirrel's destroyed in the process. So that's kind of cool. A lot better than the Woodpecker's effect. Next, Watt Lemur, level 2, 800 attack, 100 defense. When he's destroyed by your opponent in any way, shape, or form, so by battle or by card effect, doesn't matter, your opponent cannot attack during their next battle phase. So it, you know, gives you a free turn to do stuff without worrying about getting attacked. The spell lineup, this is where it's a little bit different than most builds for Watts. This is a Solidarity Watt. So Solidarity increases the attack of all, or as long as everything in your graveyard is the same type as the monsters on your field. So basically you have one type, and since they're all thunder types, it works. For each Solidarity on the field, that monster gains 8, or all the monsters on your side of the field gain 800 attack. So with direct attackers, plus an extra 800 attack or more, that's pretty crazy right there. Massive damage. Next is WattCube. Now, WattCube is an equip card that equips to a thunder type monster. Get out of the glare. Sorry, my webcam is terrible. It's not working. Whatever. When you equip it to a Watt monster, they gain 100 attack for every Watt in your, or for every thunder type monster in your graveyard. Or you can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard to give one thunder monster on your side of the field a permanent 1000 attack point increase. So you equip it to a thunder monster, it gives them 1000 attack, and with 3 of those and solidarities, I mean, that's direct attackers can be doing so much damage. Or if you combo this with this in solidarity with Woodpecker and Wattkey for next set, I mean, that's just, it's stupid how much damage you can do. Double MST, because this deck hates back row. Like, you know, Mirror Forces, D-Prisons, that kind of stuff wrecks these guys. So MST, getting rid of your opponent's backfield, is extremely important. We've got 2 recycling batteries. What this does is you add 2 thunder type monsters from your graveyard with 1500 or less attack to your hand. So it's basically a Gravekeeper's Steel for thunder types that have 1500 or less attack. All Watt monsters have less than 1500, including the Synchro, which I'll go over at the end of the video. So this basically just recycles your monsters. It's pretty good. Monster Reborn and Dark Hole, just, you know. 2 Magic Cylinder. Now this is hilarious. I love that this is at 2 now, because, you know, with all the direct attacking you're already doing, when your opponent finally manages to get rid of your monsters and they decide to attack, well, Magic Cylinder is just putting it right back in their face. Actually, my brother has gamed people just because he's Magic Cylindered after direct attacking with solidarities on the field and stuff. and it's hilarious to do. Your opponent always feels like such an idiot when they lose to Magic Cylinder. That's a trap hole. That was supposed to be a bottomless trap hole. I didn't switch that up before I made the video, but trap hole. I guess trap hole is good too. I mean, it gets over things that bottomless can't get over, so it's nice. Threatening roar. You have to hate when they attack because they all have such low attack. Without solidarities or WattCubes, threatening roar or other cards to prevent being attacked, they're important with this deck because you need to keep your direct attackers on the field so you can keep doing damage. Otherwise, you lose. Torrential, obvious reasons. Call the Haunted, just because, I mean, this is a card that I usually like to overlook when I make a deck. But Call the Haunted, getting back your tuner or your Watt Lemur to suicide into your opponent so that they can't do anything for the rest of the turn or they can't attack next turn, kind of makes it good. You know, it's just one of those cards that can be used to your advantage in this deck a little bit more than others. Mirror Force, you know, it's Mirror Force. Power Frame, what this card does is it actually negates the attack of one of your opponent's monsters who has higher attack than the monster they're attacking. Your monster's attack points basically become the same as the attacking monster. So, like, let's say I have a Watt Giraffe on the field, okay? Opponent has a Blue Eyes, for whatever reason. Blue Eyes attacks Watt Giraffe, you activate Power Frame. It negates the attack, and now Watt Giraffe has 3,000 attack, and this is an equip card to Watt Giraffe now. So, I mean, a 3,000 attack Watt Giraffe direct attacker is ridiculously funny, and the attack was negated. So, it's good. It's a good card to use with Watts. Dark Bribe, just because it doesn't cost life points to activate, and it gets over those stupid mirror forces or whatever spell or trap card your opponent has to screw with you. You know, compulsory might be switched out to another bottomless. This is kind of being tested, but it's working so far. Compulsory is working. It sends a card back from the field to the owner's hand, so you can get over monsters, set monsters too. Going back to the opponent's hand is pretty funny. And then last card is a card that I'm also testing, is Judgment of Thunder. When a Thunder monster is summoned, you activate this card, you select one card on the field and destroy it. So it's a 1-for-1 card that activates when you summon a Thunder monster. So summon a Watt and blow up a card. Kind of nice, but it can be dead if you have no Watts for whatever reason. So, you know, video's running a little bit long, a lot longer than I hoped it would. But the Synchro Watt Chimera, level 6. Watt Chimera can attack directly. He has 1400 attack, 1200 defense. Basically, what he will do is he will attack, and then you take one card in your opponent's hand randomly and put it on top of their deck. So if you can manage to do this consistently, your opponent won't ever draw into anything new, and you just keep direct attacking until you win because they can't draw any new cards. So that makes Watt Chimera good, but he is really not summoned that often with Watts, but you know, you get the picture. So there you have it. That is my brother's Watt deck. Still needs a few fixes. I'd like to add in D-Prisons and Solemn Judgment, stuff like that. But comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you think.